Shamaya, you did it.
STL Music.
Is that good? Welcome back to the show. So listen up, we back in the game. Sweep the lead, we got the flame. Motivate it to the fullest every single day. We wake up, get it in every way. Rifle and two in the global inspiration. Talk this sports and top news, no hesitation. Sweep the league is back. We always coming back, that's a fact. Wanna tell them that STL Music, mama, we did it, where we at? Coach Jill in the house with the flow so tight. Every rubber rocks, that's we unite. Yeah, the best show, Monday through Friday. If this ain't different, they lying. We got the energy. When I say sweep, you say the league. Sweep the league, sweep the league, sweep the league, sweep the league. San Antonio, let's go. Sweep the league. Sweep the league. Sweep the league. San Antonio, let's go.
Hey, it's Rain Fernandez, and you're watching Sweep the League. Be sure to follow me on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok, and Facebook at Rain Fernandez, Rayne Fernandez.
Hi, it's Sherilyn, and you're watching Sweep the League TV. Follow me on Instagram at official Sherilyn for more content.
Hey, this is George Iceman Gervin, and you're listening to Sweep the League Radio.
Sweep the league TV where legends collide. If the Cowboys fall short, we'll still ride the tide. Like Jordan in the clutch or Brady's last play. We bring the fire, keeping fans in the fray. Coach Gio and Rudy calling the shots. With Derek Coventry, Hall of Fame thoughts. So hit that subscribe, don't sit on the bench. Get in the game, every highlight's intense. The live stream's on till your friends don't delay. Like Kobe in the fourth, we're here to play. Sweep the League TV, where greatness resides. From the blogs at the drives to my homes on the rise. We're all in on sports, NBA, CFB, and more for fans. By fans, it's the show you'll adore.
If I tell this joke, my wife is going to be so mad at me.
I think it, honestly, I can't help you there, but I think it's worth it.
Will you write me a little note?
I'll write you a little note. Yeah.
So this guy's working in the produce department at the grocery store, and a lady walks up and she says, "Excuse me." He says, "Yes." She says, "Where's the broccoli? I can't find the broccoli." He said, "Oh, I'm really sorry, ma'am." He says, "We ran out of broccoli. We'll have some tomorrow morning." And he goes back to his work, and he's stacking the oranges, and he hears behind me, Mister. And he turns around, and it's the same lady. She says, "Where's the broccoli? You got any broccoli?" He says, "No, ma'am. We're fresh out of broccoli. We'll have some tomorrow morning." Goes back to work. A couple of minutes later, this woman walks right up in his face, and she says, "How come I can't find any broccoli?" He says, "Lady," he says, "do me a favor, will you?" She said, "What?" He says, "How do you spell," indulge me, "how do you spell cat?" He says, "Like in catastrophic." She says, C-A-T. He says, "How do you spell dog?" Like in dogmatic. She says, D-O-G. He says, "How do you spell like in broccoli?" She says, "There is no fucking broccoli." He said, "That's what I'm trying to tell you, lady."
Zachary, he'll put up a three. No good. Rebound, a scramble. Hunter has it. Hunter at the buzzer, it's good, but Cowboy up. McNeese has its first ever NCAA tournament victory.
March Madness is upon us. It is Rudy Campos Jr. Sweep the League Thursday night throwdown edition. sure to head over to our YouTube page, Church Sweep the League TV. Hit that subscribe button. Also, hit us up on TikTok at Sweep the League Radio, where we're posting a lot of our videos and reposting a lot of the videos that you see here on Sweep the League. They get reposted on our TikTok. So if you miss them there, you want to catch them, you can do that on our TikTok page at Sweep the League Radio. As you can tell, started off with a little Harrison Ford joke. Got to lighten the mood because McNeese State killed me. I mean, I had Clemson as a Final Four team. I had them beating Houston in the Elite Eight and then heading over to San Antonio in the Final Four. As we can tell, that ain't happening. Clemson goes down to McNeese State today. And it was not fun. Not fun at all. 69-67. They tried to make a comeback there towards the end. Fell short. The one thing I didn't understand on the Clemson game was you're down, time's ticking. You allow a guy to get to the basket for a dunk. You had every opportunity to foul in that position. And McNeese State was pretty terrible from the free throw line today. How you didn't foul right away, I have zero idea. Clemson with the big brain fart at the end of the game. Who knows what could have happened? McNeese may have hit one, may have missed both. Clemson may have had another chance to win, possibly tie, but down goes one of the big upsets of the day so far. McNeese State over Clemson. Other upsets that did come in. Creighton ended up ruining a lot of people's brackets to start the day off. They ended up beating Louisville. Not so much of an upset. It was a 9-8. Also, you had a lot of people picked Yale. I think I picked Yale on that one. Texas A&M ended up beating Yale. You had Arkansas beating Kansas. I know a lot of people had Kansas winning that game. And so far right now, you've got 11 seed Drake over Missouri right now, 63-55, Utah State, UCLA. Getting ready to end the first half, UCLA with a 39-25 lead. Omaha up very early on St. John's, 7-2 early in the first half. But McNeese State, Clemson, how many brackets were ruined tonight? First off with Creighton, Louisville. I think over half of the brackets on ESPN's bracket challenge were already in the dumpster. McNeese State pretty much put a nail in the coffin. I think there was like 5%, 5.9% brackets that were still perfect after the McNeese State win over Clemson. So, yeah, I definitely can say that I am not going to be doing very well in the bracket challenge. The USOA 34 bracket challenge, I can easily say I will not be probably finishing in the top four, knowing one of my Final Four teams went down in the first few games on day number one. Rudy Campos Jr. Again, we had to lighten the mood there with a Harrison Ford joke there. Showed you the McNeese State win over Clemson. Got a couple things to get into tonight. We're going to make this a very quick show. Last night, we saw the San Antonio Spurs beat the New York Knicks behind one of the more remarkable performances by Mamu, not Manu, Mamu. And we're going to give you the highlights on that. That happened last night. It was under 20 points, 34 points, under 20 minutes. 34 points under 20 minutes. Just a remarkable performance by Mamu. Spurs season, yeah, I mean, technically they're not out of the play-in right now. They can still get to the play-in, but it was good to see them win last night. They are at 29 wins in the season, which means they get one more win. They're at the win total. I said they were going to get at 30. Could they get to 35? That's where I had them on the high end, was 35. So could they get to 35 wins? We'll talk about it here in a little bit. After that, we'll give you some baseball tribute videos. We've got Ken Griffey talking about the game of baseball. And I don't know if a lot of you people out there know the Mike Trout Draft Story. Be surprised where one of the greatest players of this generation, where was he drafted? We'll let you guys know here in just a little bit. But as mentioned before, Mamu with a big night for the Spurs.
Paul against PJ Tucker, two of the oldest players in the league. Mamu demolishes the Knickerbockers. If Mamu gets another shot.
Yeah, the crowd wants him to get one.
He let it fly again! 7 threes! And he hasn't missed from downtown. He's got 35 20-10 games this season, the most since Patrick Ewing.
Oh, Mamu's open over there.
Yep, Mamu running. Mamu jamming!
Have yourself a night. Slipping Mamu. There he is.
Again. He can't miss!
All right, shout out to House of Highlights on TikTok for the Mamu highlights there from last night's game against the Knicks. 34 points in 19 minutes. That's remarkable. 7 of 7 from 3-point range. And, talking to Jeff Garcia on Locked On Spurs, the Mamu's come up a few times saying that, you got rid of Zach Collins, obviously, trade deadline, and who was going to step up earlier in the season, even during, a little bit of the late part of the season here. We had talked about, Jeff and I, about how Mamu, when he's in there, good things happen. Mamu's a great player. He's a great player. He fits the system really well. I wouldn't mind him sticking around. Is he going to be a vital piece? He could be eventually, but it was a great night for Mamu. And you just hope that he gets more burn with the Spurs, that they're able to get him more minutes. He can get on the court a lot more. Hopefully this is a little bit of what we can see later on with the San Antonio Spurs, allowing him to play more minutes, maybe a guy that can spell Victor when he comes back next year, and just give him, those 10, 12 minutes a game where he can spell Victor, get him a little bit of rest. But great performance by Mamu there for the San Antonio Spurs. Overall in the season, I mean, this is a good thing that you get to see players and what they can do for the team. In this offseason, you're going to see a lot of moves being made. The questions are surrounding about Devin Vassell. You've got questions surrounding, you've even got questions surrounding about Jeremy Sohan. Who's going to be a part of the Spurs? You've got 3 guys right now, you got 4 guys right now that are pretty much guaranteed to still be a part of the roster in the next season. Fox, Wemby, Stephon Castle, and I think we can pretty much pencil in Keldon Johnson as the other guy. Keldon, you cannot say enough good things about Keldon. Sorry, my eyes, I got something in my eye there. You cannot say enough good things about Keldon accepting that role as the 6th man and running with it right there. He's got to be in contention, not this year, I'm thinking, but starting, next year and into the future. You're talking about a good 6th man of the year candidate easily. He comes in, he gets the job done, and that's what helps the Spurs. Now, I think if the Spurs were winning and, already in that 38, maybe 40 win mark, you could probably start to talk about Keldon Johnson as the NBA 6th man of the year candidate. I really think that he deserves recognition for it, and he's probably not going to get it so much because of their record on the season, which, again, to no fault of his own, but coming off of the bench, being the first guy off the bench roughly, and doing a remarkable job by Keldon Johnson. Definitely needs to get recognition for that. So those are the 4 guys that I think are pretty much locks now. Harrison Barnes, I think, is a good possibility that he comes back next year. He started off the season very, very strong for the San Antonio Spurs. I think, he's going to be able to come back next year, kind of play that veteran role for, the team. Obviously, Chris Paul is not going to be coming back. I don't see Chris Paul coming back at all. Guys like Malachi Branham, Blake Wesley. I'm kind of on the fence with Blake Wesley right now. I think you're probably going to see him. If I'm a betting man, I'm betting that Blake goes back to Austin and then gets called up on a best case scenario. I think overall, if I'm a betting man, trying to think here, I don't think he comes back. I think he's a casualty at the end of the year. Probably gets released, and he's not a part of the Spurs. The only other guy I think, and again, it's not because of last night's performance. I think Mamu's another guy that can come back to the Spurs, team friendly deal. He puts up some pretty good minutes. He can be pretty effective. So I think he's one guy that I have as a person coming back for the Spurs. So right there, you've already got 6 guys that I feel that are going to be coming back. Again, Malachi, I don't see coming back. You got guys like Charles Bassey, possibly could be coming back depending on what they do in the offseason when it comes to big men. We'll see what happens with Bassey. But out of the team right now, the only 3 guarantees that I see, 4 guarantees that I see are Wemby, Fox, Stephon Castle, and Keldon Johnson. Those are the only 4 guys that I see coming back. But, overall, great win for the San Antonio Spurs. Last night, Mamu, again, 34 points, 7 of 7 from 3-point range in 19 minutes. Holy cow. Congratulations to Mamu. Shout out to him. Great game. Continue to have a great rest of the season. Not only him, but for the Spurs as well. See what happens. But again, doesn't really stack up well for them. They've got a lot of tough games ahead of them. So we'll see what happens towards the end of the season. Rudy Compost and you here coming to you again on a short version of Sweep the League tonight. Jacob Eric of Grading the Market is in here. Let's get it. Appreciate you joining in, man, as always. And what we're going to do is, again, very short, very, very, very short episode tonight. I've got some stuff I got to take care of here. So wanted to get into the NCAA talk. Of course, McNeese State upsetting Clemson. Biggest upset of the day, pretty much wiping out all of the brackets on ESPN's bracket challenge. If it doesn't happen, you've got Omaha right now ahead of St. John's by 2. So I'm expecting St. John's to really, really come out strong. Take it to Omaha here later on in the game. Other game at the half right now, Utah State down 27-39 on UCLA. And as mentioned, UC San Diego just tipped off a little while ago against Michigan. Michigan up 8-0 on the UC San Diego team. Baseball story, man. I want to talk to you guys a little bit about baseball, give you a little bit of heads up. We've got a show announcement. Been in contact, been in negotiations with some people. Pretty cool. I promised a lot of people that we'd be getting a baseball show. And let's say that the OG, the original from, Sweep the League from way back then, when we started off a network a long time ago, they're coming back. And when I say this is probably the best baseball podcast outside of a major network, I'm not the only one that'll say it, that'll agree with me. Painting Corners with Austin Hartsfield was announced today with Austin and me talking. That's going to be coming back full time in 2026. Now, it's like a movie release, right? We're giving you the trailer right now, but it's like a movie release. It's coming back full time in 2026, but you guys are going to start getting Painting Corner episodes from time to time this season. So when I say you've got the best, Austin Hartsfield covered the Amarillo Sod Poodles, of course, minor league team. He covers a lot of the San Diego Padres as well. So you're talking about a guy that when it comes to baseball, he is like the Schwab, the encyclopedia of MLB. So when you guys want baseball talk, this guy is the guy you go to. Painting Corners announced a comeback, and it's going to be on the Sweep the League network full time in 2026, but you will be getting some Painting Corners episodes this season as well, as Austin gets ready to get back into the swing of things and start bringing baseball content full time here for Sweep the League at Sweep the League Network and the I Am Refocused Radio Network. So that was the announcement that we have as far as baseball goes. Shout out to Leha, MCS General Contracting. As you can see right there, man, you want the best, you've got the best. It's MCS General Contracting. Guaranteed work, not only by them, but by us here at Sweep the League, proud sponsors of Sweep the League. You need that driveway, foundation, parking lot, anything you need done, call Chris Leha today. MCS General Contracting. Anthony and I are going to try our hardest to get a good. So grading the market tomorrow. Hopefully we get an episode of grading the market tomorrow. Full disclosure, both guys have been under the weather, so no worries. We'll maybe get a couple of episodes if we can record it for grading the market. So that's going to be coming back. But again, in case you just joined us here, we got some more guys that are joining in here. Painting Corners podcast, baseball. Go back and look it up. I believe some of their older episodes are up still. Painting Corners baseball podcast. That's coming back full-time 2026. Already talked to him. He's already getting ready to start covering the sod poodles again. He's getting ready to basically, I don't know. I mean, he's getting ready to cover the Padres. He's got connections all over the place. So for all you baseball guys out there, baseball podcast is coming back. Jacob doesn't do it. He gets no Holly. Oh man, I love you guys. I love you guys out there. When we come back, we're gonna, like I said, it's gonna be a very short show today. He talked about the NCAA, gave some shout outs to Mamu. On the way back here, we're gonna give you a couple of baseball stories, and then we're gonna call it a night. I got to make it an early night here, so we'll be back here in just a little bit. Sweep the League, Rudy Campos Jr. We'll be back in a couple of minutes. Are you looking for a contracting company that gets the job done right the first time? Look no further than MCS General Contracting. MCS specializes in top quality concrete work, including patios, driveways, foundations, and swimming pools. The team of experts are dedicated to delivering exceptional results and unparalleled customer satisfaction. At MCS General Contracting, they're not just hardworking, they're local. Based in San Antonio, they are committed to building relationships and trust within the community. That's why MCS guarantees your satisfaction. They pride themselves on getting the job done right the first time, every time. So why wait? Contract MCS General Contracting today to schedule your project and experience the difference for yourself. MCS General Contracting. Building a better San Antonio, one project at a time. Proud sponsors of Sweep the League.
Time to react, yeah, shift like a skate. Left, right, lean, that's a bucket in sight. Pull up mid, let it fly, no hype. Fourth quarter ice, keep the rock in my grip. When the clock go red, don't slip, I rip. Fast as allowed, yeah, the motor don't quit. Drop 30 quick, now they begging for a switch. Fox in the open, the lane look free, now allow that up. Win B. And running no team, keep pace. Fox got gears, Wemby got grace. Hoop too high, man, you won't touch. New Spurs every year, time to rush. Speed through real, yeah, check that type. Defenders froze, now they stuck in place. Who gon' step, man, don't play dumb. Fast break. Exclusive interviews with Rudy and the crew. Let's go.
You are watching Sweep the League TV. Make sure you subscribe and catch our new videos.
Sweep the League TV with Rudy, Derek, and Coach Gia. Let's get back to the live show. You are watching the best in the business.
Why is baseball cool? That's a very simple question. Because it's the best game. It doesn't matter how big you are, how small you are. You see all kinds of shapes and sizes everywhere you look. But right here, that's what means everything. You gotta love this game. When I get up, I want to make myself better. And that's one of the greatest things about baseball. It's that little area that we stand at that is important. Everything else isn't.
I didn't play this game to be famous. I play this game because I love it.
Please welcome Ken Griffey Jr.
All right, one of the absolute greatest of all times, Ken Griffey Jr. Talking to you a little bit about why he loves baseball and why we all should love baseball. Yeah, I know it's 162 games for the year, but baseball is America's pastime. It's a classic sport, man. Classic sport. Are we talking to you about baseball here? Well, we just announced Painting Corners. The original Painting Corners podcast is coming back full-time in 2026 as they get their stuff ready, but they're going to be coming on with episodes this season. A few episodes here and there. They'll be back full-time in 2026 as Austin Hartsfield making his return to the podcasting world, providing you the absolute best baseball coverage around. And when I say it's the best, trust me, guys, we don't steer anybody wrong here. It's the best baseball coverage around Austin Hartsfield. I mean, you guys are going to enjoy it. So they're going to be coming back full time. May of 2026 is when they will be back full time. But for this season, they are going to be doing a couple of episodes. I'll be joining Austin on Painting Corners podcast, part of Sweep the League Network. How can you get it? Go to the YouTube page or Sweep the League TV, hit that subscribe button. It's going to be exclusively on there, as well as clips are going to be going on the TikTok page at Sweep the League Radio. We are expanding a whole lot more here at Sweep the League for you guys. So yeah, man, baseball season, it's gearing up right now. And, it's a game that I think everybody can say, yeah, it takes forever, yada, yada, yada. But baseball has a lot of moments, a lot of great moments. I always love the interaction between fans and players. Joey Votto can be a real a-hole when it comes to dealing with fans and all that. But then you've got a guy like Adrian Beltre, Miguel Cabrera. I mean, these two guys, fan favorites. The aura of Ken Griffey Jr., just watching him play the prettiest swing in all of baseball, Ken Griffey Jr. The greatness of Barry Bonds. People will throw steroid talk at Barry Bonds, but even in Pittsburgh, before the whole steroid allegation, I mean, Barry was killing it. Pre-steroid Mark McGwire. Next week, Jose Canseco was talking about Mark McGwire as a rookie. McGwire would have been one of the best power hitters of all time, period. I mean, he was driving out home run balls in Oakland Coliseum, which, yeah, I mean, Canseco's right. It was regarded as one of the hardest, stadiums to hit a home run in. And I think Mark hit like 49 his rookie season. Batters like Tony Gwynn, we mentioned him last night, rest in peace. Great players that don't get recognition, Kirby Puckett from Minnesota. That Twins team, Kirby Puckett, Jack Morris. I mean, baseball is a game where, yes, it's tough. But as Ken Griffey said, anyone can play it if you put your heart into it. John Kruk wasn't exactly the best in shape guy, but yet John Kruk was a great player during this time. Anybody can play it, man. Baseball has some of those records that will never be touched. Just like in the NBA, John Stockton's all-time assist record, never be touched. That's going to live on forever. Steals record, probably live on forever. Baseball, you talk about Nolan Ryan's strikeout, forever. No hitters, 7, that'll probably be forever. Baseball provides so much entertainment. Hit the ball 3 out of 10 times, go into the hall, yeah? The thing is, baseball is family, man. I mean, there's nothing like, when I took my wife to her first MLB game when we lived in Cincinnati, we lived in Ohio. We lived north of Cincinnati in Middletown. Took her to her first Reds game. Greatest experience for her. She loved it. Loved going to the Reds game. I mean, it's just getting out there, watching the guys play. Something about, great food at the ballpark, enjoying it, walking around. Since then, we've been to Astros games. We've been to a couple of the games, obviously the Missions games. We went to a Dayton Dragons game when we were living up there, which is a minor league team up there. Ironically, that's where the first time I saw Aroldis Chapman pitch. So, yeah, I mean, he was a young kid then, throwing it 100 miles an hour for the Dayton Dragons. Baseball is baseball. Love it. Love the sport. I'm excited that we're getting Painting Corners podcast back for it. So I'm really, really excited. You know, I wish I can fast forward the time, but we'll get a couple of episodes for you guys in here. But yeah, baseball's back. It's going on. And that's what we're getting ready for too. Got a great weekend ahead of you. NCAA basketball, day 1 almost over. Day 2 starts tomorrow. The craziness starts tomorrow. Any more upsets are we going to see tomorrow? We're going to find out. We'll soon find out if there are any more upsets. Will we have any more upsets tonight? Still got UNC, Wilmington, and Texas Tech. They still need to tip off later on tonight. They're going to be the last game of the evening. We'll see what happens, guys. Told you it's going to be a quick show tonight. Wanted to come on, talk a little bit, let you guys know, make a, we're going to basically, you know, we made an announcement. That's kind of the reason why, another reason why we did it too, to make a quick announcement. Man, brackets are all busted. I don't think anybody has a perfect bracket in the US. I know, well, I'll take my last place trophy because my bracket wasn't busted. It disintegrated, basically, my bracket. It was done for. Clemson screwed me over pretty damn bad because I had them in the Final Four. They screwed me over pretty damn bad. So screw Clemson. I'm already saying it. Screw Clemson. Yeah, I'd probably go on a bigger rant if I didn't have to make it such a quick night tonight. I'd probably go on a bigger rant. But no, I'm going to have to save that rant, you know, for a little bit later. So yeah, no brackets. The USOA brackets, man, it's crazy. Last place has to take a blow up on a dinner day. Oh man. Well, let's hope 3 of my 4 Final Four teams make it then, because then maybe I'll have an outside chance. But we're gonna have to talk about that off the air. We're gonna have to talk about that. My bracket has a mushroom cloud. Pause. Is that a pause statement? Mushroom? I don't know. I don't know about you kids and your pauses out here. So Sith always tries to get me to say, you know, pause on everything. So I don't know about that too much, but we got to get to the last place thing. And I don't know about that. I don't mind. I wouldn't mind it, man. If you have to do it, you have to do it, right? I'm a man of the word. I'm a man of the people. So if I have to do it, I have to do it. Be kind of cringe, but I'd have to do it. Yeah, I mean, everybody's brackets are pretty much done for. They're done. So it is what it is, man. We got more basketball tonight. We got more basketball tomorrow. Hopefully we'll be back on hopefully we will be back on tomorrow. If not, again, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday are the guaranteed days for us to be back here on Sweep the League. Appreciate everybody joining me tonight. Again, the quick show tonight is coming on. I wanted to announce about baseball show, Painting Corners podcast, coming back full time. It's already been official. We'll have more videos and all that coming for you guys when it comes to baseball on that podcast. Also give you a little bit of update on the NCAA basketball. Shout out to Mamu on a fantastic night last night for the San Antonio Spurs. Key question is how do you guys feel about the Spurs season? Can they get to that 35 win mark, that top win mark? I had them at 30 wins. I had them at 35 at the most. Can they get to 35? That's the question. They got a lot of tough games still in the season. So Rudy, my dog, a real one, 100%, man, 100%. Appreciate everything you do for us here at Sweep the League, man. Got your back 100% of the time, man. No doubt about that. Family takes care of family. Brothers fight for brothers, man. That's the way it works here. So appreciate everybody joining me tonight. Gonna leave you guys with a baseball story here that you may not have known about. If you did, relive it. It gets cut off towards the end, but you get the drift. The Mike Trout Draft Story. It was crazy when it happened. See you guys tomorrow from Sweep the League. Be sure to go to YouTube, search Sweep the League TV, hit that subscribe button. Go to TikTok at Sweep the League Radio. Be a follower on TikTok. For Coach Gio, for Derek Irvin, to Rudy Campos Jr., for the rest of the crew here at Sweep the League. Y'all have a great night. And until we sweep the league again, we'll see you later, knuckleheads.
When you're a college baseball player, you say, I want to go to Omaha. When you're a little leaguer, I want to go to Williamsport. Well, when you're a draft-eligible kid, you want to go to Secaucus. Because if you come to see Caucus, that means you're going in the first round of Major League Draft.
The Houston Astros select Carlos Correa.
That one night, it's probably the coolest event to watch, the looks on their faces. Some of them wanting to be, higher picked, like myself.
The New York Yankees select Aaron Judge.
It's a tradition that dates to our inaugural season, and a night that maybe caused more heartburn than any other in our network's history.
2009 MLB Draft. I am so excited to host the draft.
We are all excited to be here on MLB Network 6 months
And we can only get one kid to show up.
We only got one player.
Only one high school kid showed up.
This is your draft. This is your opportunity. You should be standing here with the commissioner holding your jersey.
Before the draft even starts, this is going to be a disaster.
That's just how I see it. That's my personal opinion.
I think everybody here agrees with
I remember sitting there and we'd go, there's pick number 10, there's pick number 15, pick number 20, and looking over and go, oh man, please, somebody draft this kid.
The Cleveland Indians select Alex White, Bobby Borchering, Chad James.
I remember sitting in my office just thinking, if there was a baseball god, let somebody take this kid in the first round. Please, somebody take him.
We were so worried.
Please, because I'm thinking if I'm this high school kid and I come out to MLB Network and I think I'm going to go in the first round and I don't go in the first round.
And you're the only one there.
Right?
We're like, oh, God.
We're all panicking for this kid.
The Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim select
He finally gets picked.
Michael Trout.
And it's Mike Trout.
The room erupted, and it turned out to be the greatest player of the generation.
Well, Mike, I guess I should have come talk to you in the dugout a little sooner, huh?
Yeah, definitely. You know the beauty of it, though, with the whole Mike Trout, I look back at that.